Have you ever heard about the American house where 8 people were hacked to death with an axe, and the killer was never found? It all began on the evening of June 9th, 1912. Josiah and Sarah Moore, along with their 4 children, had spent a joyful day at church. 2 young girls, Lena and Ina Stillinger, were invited to sleep over. That night, the little white house on 2nd Street was filled with laughter, prayers, and the sound of children drifting off to sleep. No one knew it would be their last night alive. Sometime after midnight, a shadow moved silently through the house. Armed with an axe from the family's own barn, the intruder began their attack. Josiah and Sarah were struck first, blows so violent they were unrecognizable. Then, one by one, the children were killed in their beds. Even the visiting Stillinger girls, not spared. 8 innocent lives taken in complete silence. But what makes this case truly chilling are the details. Every mirror in the house had been covered with cloth. The curtains were tightly drawn. A plate of food was left untouched on the table, and in the kitchen sink sat a bowl filled with bloody water. Investigators believe the killer didn't just strike and leave, he stayed in the house, as if he belonged there. The murders shook the tiny town of Villisca. Dozens of suspects were questioned, from neighbors to traveling workers, even a preacher who confessed, then later recanted. But despite nationwide headlines, no one was ever convicted. The case grew colder with each passing year, and with no answers, the legends began. Today, over a century later, the Villisca axe murder house is infamous, not just for the crime, but for what lingers inside. Visitors report hearing heavy footsteps pacing upstairs, children's voices giggling when the rooms are empty, and doors opening by themselves. Some guests wake up with scratches, bruises, even the feeling of hands pressing against their throat. Paranormal investigators have captured recordings of whispers saying, "Get out." In 2014, one visitor attempted to stay overnight but ended up stabbing himself in the chest in a trance-like state. He survived, but many believe the house wanted another victim. So here's the real question. Would you dare stay one night inside the Villisca axe murder house, knowing the killer was never caught? Or would you run the second you heard a whisper in the dark?